All right, so now we continue with chapter 12. Okay, so chapter 12 talks about again managing new product development teams. Okay, so as we left out one important point in chapter 11, we say that each product development needs to have a team. Okay, and we have some quality issues that we need to address. That means if we are taking a customer's requirement, each requirement comes from different departments maybe. Bukannya kita tahu semua, but it comes from different departments. All right. So in this chapter, we are going to see how can we organize the product development team, but the members of the product development team come from different departments or different divisions. It might come from the finance, it might come from purchasing, it might come from the maintenance. So we are going to see how best to handle a project uh, whereby the members come from different departments. Okay, so let's go through the example of Walt Disney first to give you an idea of what we are going to handle. So in the early stages of generating ideas in movies from Walt Disney, they used to have a team which comprises of the director, writer, artist, and storyboard people lah. Okay, so all of them will discuss and come up with ideas and refine those ideas until it's a solid, good idea. Next, they will go into a different department that will use a system and to come up with the characters and movement and lighting. So one team, you can say that one team does something and then it moves on to the next team. So the process was managed by small, collocated, anonymous teams that had great discussion over their work routines. Meaning to say, each team, dia ada dua team dekat sini. Satu you can say the idea team and satu lagi the CAD team. Each team ni worked closely and they will not talk to each other. That means bila team ni buat kerja, they will do it until the end. Only then they will submit to the next team. Okay, next team only, and they will get their feedbacks within the team only. That means this team will not ask a feedback from the other team. There are only two teams saja, tapi dalam satu team ni banyak dia punya members tu. Okay, so why does the Disney keep its development team small? What are the pros and cons of being autonomous? Autonomous. That means that means each team members or each team are able to do whatever they think is right. Okay, that means team ni buat whatever you think is right, tetapi it's based on the movie lah, based on the movie. Okay, let's see what. All right, maybe we can from that questions we can get an idea of what is this chapter talking about. So this chapter is trying to see how to use cross-functional teams. That means we are trying to see if we can get team members from other departments to be in our team. Okay, cross-sectional. That means not only kita ambil daripada department A, tapi dia bawa B, C, D. Semua ada dalam team. Project sama. Alright, so we can see the team size. What do we want to make it, a big team size or a small team size? Okay, so kalau team yang besar ni, tengok point number 3. I'm sure all of you will agree with this. Large teams have higher potential of social loafing. Social loafing. Hazrin, do you agree on this?
Agree, Doctor.
Mesti ada punya kan. Team tu besar, the bigger is not always better. Large teams create more administrative costs and communication problems. Large teams have higher potential of social loafing. Mesti ada orang yang duduk situ tak buat apa-apa. Or just hanya sekadar duduk sajalah kat situ. Okay, so argument dalam chapter ni they are saying that the team size also needs to be well maintained. It cannot be too big, neither it can be too small. And then it needs to include members from multiple functions. And if you're talking about macam members from other parts of the world, so you need to find good team members. That means you need, let's say you're doing an application or system for a different part of the country, different part of the world. So you need to have members from that country juga lah. Okay. So who is in your team is also important. Yalah, you keep your team small, but who is in your team is also very much important. Okay. So you can construct a new team by diversifying. That means it's based on siapa paling tua, siapa paling muda, cultural background. Okay, maybe if you're developing a system, product, service for, let's say, this part of the world, then you need someone who is local, so you can have them, or maybe with someone who has the same interests. Okay, individuals prefer to interact with those they perceive as homophily. That means homophily is someone with the same interests. We about project pasal, let's say you're doing a project about a QR code project lah. Okay, company you is a software company yang buat project pasal QR code. So obviously you akan put in the team members, some people who are able to accept QR code, are able to say good things about QR code, are able to understand technology. So you will put in people like that. Or maybe you put in those people yang dah lama bekerja in project base, okay, seniors, okay. So you put them in the same team, constructing the team. Okay. Now, this is something new. Why brainstorming team kills breakthrough ideas? Dozens of laboratory studies have shown that brainstorming groups produce fewer ideas and ideas of less novelty than the sum of ideas created by the number of individuals working alone. Okay, I am sure all of you hari ini dalam kelas ni pernah masuk team building ke brainstorming session in your organization. I'm sure all of you have gone through this. Okay, maybe we can get Hafiz. Pernah masuk tak? Hafiz ke Fahmi yang kerja bank?
Fahmi.
Okay, okay, Fahmi jawab dulu. I'm sure, I mean, dalam bank mesti selalulah you masuk team brainstorming ni.
Selalu.
Do you agree on this point tak? Dia kata dalam point ni, dia kata brainstorming ni sebenarnya tak bagus. Dia kata brainstorming ni actually produces few ideas and less novelty. Let's see. How do you mean since you pun pernah masuk brainstorming, what do you say?
Kalau dalam team building tu memang apa? Usually they are ni lah purposely suruh kita buat brainstorming among our team.
Betul. But do you think the idea yang keluar tu macam
too messy?
Too messy. Yes, that's the word for it. Yeah.
Betul. Tapi that cannot apa stop from us to do the brainstorming, right? Even what idea is an idea lah for me lah.
Yeah lah. So that's why dia kata put point number 2 ni, dia kata 3 main reasons of why dia kata brainstorming ni kills the idea. Dia kata fear of judgment. People self-censor many of most creative ideas for fear of being judged. Product blocking. When one person is talking, others are blocked from idea creating. Feasible trumps originality. Groups tend to weigh feasible more highly than original. Fazlin, what do you think? Point number 2 ni, 3 reasons ni. Bila you masuk dalam brainstorming ni, pernah tak you mengalami 3 point?
Pernah, Doktor.
Example? Which one of it yang you pernah alami?
Fear of judgment.
Fear of judgment. Sebabnya?
Because setiap idea yang kita bagi tu akan ada kritik daripada orang.
Kritik ada orang, betul lah. And then bila you dah bagi-bagi and then you, satu mungkin kita takut dikritik, satu kita rasa stres lah kan. Orang dah bagi, terima je lah kan. I mean, we fear. Okay, Hafiz, what do you think, Hafiz?
Sebenarnya production blocking ni banyak berlaku pun dekat kita punya working area kan. Tapi sebenarnya bila kita buat brainstorming kan, sebenarnya direction of company tu dah ada tau kan.
Correct, I agree.
Tapi in terms of kita punya creativity as a worker, as a leadership kan, tapi kita terhad kita punya idea. So maybe dia lebih kepada direction company lah, dalam satu strategi lah. Kita terhad, kita punya idea kita tu terbantut. Mungkin idea kita tu bagus.
Yeah, betul. Because I also sometimes feel the fear of bukan takut lah. Saya tak terasa, mungkin dulu masa awal-awal masuk kerja tu saya takut lah kan, satu grup dengan profesor semua kan. Tapi over time tu, walaupun saya belum profesor, tak adalah takut. Cuma you feel that macam, yalah, kita boleh bagi idea, tak ada masalah bagi idea kan dalam satu grup ni. Bila saya bagi idea, but then you feel macam because you feel sometimes your idea is not accepted, or you feel your idea might not be accepted. Itu je, you might not be accepted. Although kita tahu, yelah, kita dah besar, we have matured, we know that, this is purely brainstorming. Any idea yang you bagi, walaupun bodoh ke pandai ke, is just to throw out the idea saja. It's just to, orang kata, flush down the idea je. Idea tu idea lah kan. You terima, tak terima, aku cakap je kan. Tapi sometimes that fear comes out lah. Even though dah lama dalam, I'm sure all of you pun dah lama dalam industri, you don't have this fear anymore lah. You ada fear tu, tapi macam, ini bukan kat sekolah lu kan. Ini bukan macam takut dengan senior ke apa. Cakap je kan. Cakap je. Kalau tak nak terima, sudah. Tapi sometimes it blocks the idea juga. It blocks the idea. That is why I was very surprised masa 3-4 years dulu, masa saya ambil topik ni dulu, subjek ni, bila every time I come to this slide and this chapter ni, I will tanya balik tu, macam kenapa brainstorming ni kill breakthrough ideas? Bukannya brainstorming ni kita throw down the ideas and we try to see what is the best idea, and most organizations will do this. Tapi what the points given here is very relevant juga lah, macam one person talking, another person block idea. Betul. Tapi like what siapa cakap tadi, Hafiz dengan Fahmi cakap, dah nama pun brainstorming, you are supposed to throw in ideas lah. Memanglah you akan rasa itu, tapi you throw in ideas, and then is the group will decide lah secara kolektifnya, macam idea you bagus tapi perlu tambah ni, idea Fazlin bagus tapi that not might be relevant dalam masa COVID ni, tetapi maybe kita boleh buat macam ni. So I think I agree with this slide, although I think that not all situations are, not all brainstorming sessions are not good, will kill the team. Some brainstormings are good, okay? Most brainstormings are good because you want to see what is the best option for the organization. Macam betul Hafiz cakap tadi, company tu dah ada idea dah, okay? So actually I think brainstorming ni is more to how to operationalize that idea tu. Kita, let's say in organization, kita nak, let's say tahun ini kita nak achieve project berjuta-juta, okay? So this is our target. Target kita ialah macam ni. So dalam brainstorming session ni, we talk about, okay, how are we going to do this, how we are going to approach this. So that's how, based on that big idea on our head, based on the big idea. Okay, so that is just talking about brainstorming. All right, next we also look about boundary spanning activities. Okay, So these two researchers studied about 45 new product development teams to identify the roles of team members, and they found three primary types of role: ambassador activities, task coordination, and scouting. Okay, so some of the team members, they look for ideas, and then I think this is quite common. Some members dalam team tu they are scanning for ideas. They don't have ideas tapi they scan you. And then from that idea they jump on to another idea. Dia tengok, let's say Puan Ira cakap apa, tu idea bagus. Why not I pick on that idea and I go on a bit more on that idea. I like that idea. Dia ambil idea Fazrin, dia ambil idea Puan Ira ni, campurkan, and then dia jadikan idea baru pun boleh juga. Some automatically dia akan jadi coordinator dalam grup tu. Okay, he is lebih kurang boss lah. Okay, dia akan coordinate. Okay, siapa cakap lu, okay, you what do you think? What do you think? Dia macam kalau dalam forum tu moderator lah. Some dia akan jadi ambassador, representing team to others and protecting from interference. Okay, dia akan bila cakap biasalah dalam brainstorming kan, kadang-kadang kita akan will go out of the boundary lah. So ambassador ni okay. Let's get back to this topic. The topic now is how to make our company successful. Okay, so this is how we want to look at it. Okay, this is how we want to. Kita nak tengok produk kita dalam masa macam ni. This is the function of team member yang dia akan jadi sebagai ambassador. Okay, so why are we learning all this in dalam innovation subject ni? Because when we want to create a new product development team, we have to try to make sure that the team that we develop, the team that we create have the composition and is the right size and is doing what it's supposed to do. Kalau dia buat brainstorming, dia buat benda tu. Kalau dia buat discussion, they are doing that thing. We do not want a team which is not doing what it's supposed to do. That means it's just doing nothing. There is no output from that particular team. Right? So this is very important. All right. One well-known topology of team structures classify teams into functional, lightweight, heavyweight, autonomous. Okay, autonomous paling senang. Okay, now you. This is your project. Okay. We are going to build a website. Okay, go. Autonomous. Buatlah macam mana pun, janji dalam masa 6 bulan website tu siap. Okay, to autonomous. It's very easy. Functional, maybe there is no cross-functional, or maybe there is, but it's divided accordingly. That means okay, CEO tu sendiri yang akan plan everything. Okay, R&D department you buat ni, marketing and manufacturing you buat ni, marketing you buat ni. Nanti saya akan fikirkan macam mana nak joinkan everything. Lightweight, well, dia buat accordingly, tapi dia ada project manager to see how to coordinate well, Project manager akan fikir macam mana nak gabungkan idea-idea daripada R&D, manufacturing dengan marketing. Heavyweight, each department has their own assistant project manager will report to project manager besar. And project manager yang besar ni can also be a project manager for other company, other projects as well. Contohnya, let's say dalam kelas kita ada 6 orang. So setiap 6 orang ni is from ialah wakil daripada satu division. Okay, and I am the project manager. So bila meeting, wakil ini akan datang jumpa saya with what they have discussed, what they have done. Okay, and I'll give them feedback, so we'll discuss, dapat discussion semua. And then they will go back and they will tell their members, okay, this is what has been discussed, this is what you're supposed to do, and this is how you're supposed to do. Okay. Autonomous is pandai-pandai lah, you buat macam mana, janji, you just report back to me. And I have assistant project managers which will be doing something else. That is autonomous. Okay. So some companies, they do autonomous, janji siap. Okay. But most companies, especially the big ones, will go for heavyweight team structure. Okay, we go for heavyweight team structure. All right. So functional. Okay, functional teams. Each report to functional manager and things like that. Team leadership, a team leader is responsible for directing activity. Biasalah. We can understand this lah. Okay. Team leaders will impact performance more directly to senior managers or champions. Team administrator. Many organizations have now heavyweight and autonomous team to develop a project charter and contract book. Okay, what is contract book? We'll come back to that later. Project charter encapsulates the project's mission and provides measurable goal. Okay, so in every team you have a project charter. That means we need to follow. This is our project mission, and this is our goal, and this is our budget. So everyone needs to be in this. Okay, setiap orang bila buat kerja, setiap orang bila present anything, you need to present within this. Yeah, because we see in our team there are few people, bukannya development saja. We have the finance people and everything else. So everyone needs to work according to this project charter. That means you need to follow this budget, you need to follow this line, this time, and so on and so forth. A contract book pula, okay, that means a contract book ni is signed by every team member to say that they will provide the full commitment and what are their plans to do in this team. Okay, so the charter tadi tu is the goal, mission. Alright, so contract book pula is each team members aku janji. Okay, charter book ni is just to say, okay, the mission of this. Can we have a short break sekejap tak? Because my anak saya nak pergi KL sekejap je. Saya dalam 10:35 kita sama balik boleh?
Boleh ke?
Sekejap je, 10:35. Sekejap je.
Okay.